Here is the part. Two core themes and concepts. At the heart of warning, watch this video before it gets deleted. Awaken before it's too late lies a chorus of truths that do not beg to be believed. They simply exist, waiting to be rediscovered. These themes are not spoon-fed. They rise slowly like fog lifting over a forgotten city. They challenge, disrupt, disorient, and then they illuminate. To truly engage with the core of this message is to strip away the false lights of convenience and step, blinking into the primal clarity of spiritual daylight. The first and perhaps most piercing theme is remembrance. Not the kind tied to history books or digital photo albums, but a deeper, soul-level remembrance. The kind that echoes in the silence when you ask, "Is this all there is?" and feel the answer trembling just out of reach. This message reminds you that you have always known more than the world taught you to admit. It insists that your soul was not born of algorithms and expectations, but of eternity, and that the lie of forgetfulness is the true pandemic. Awakening is not about acquiring something new, but recovering something ancient that has been buried beneath culture, comfort, and fear. Next emerges the theme of urgency without panic. Many messages scream for attention. This one hums, but don't mistake its quiet tone for a lack of importance. In fact, it speaks with the weight of a whisper that knows its truth can't be unheard. It brings the listener face to face with a ticking metaphysical clock, not one measuring hours, but opportunities. The real threat is not some external disaster. It is the slow erosion of sensitivity, the numbing that happens when one chooses apathy over awareness, routine over revelation. The video's urgency is not theatrical, it is cosmic. It tells you plainly, the longer you wait to wake up, the harder it becomes to remember how. Another pillar in this cathedral of insight is the illusion of reality. Every society builds its own matrix, its veil of norms and necessities, its sacred distractions. And over time, people forget it's a construction. They begin to worship the veil instead of the light behind it. This message tears at that fabric. It reveals how the very systems we trust, news, education, entertainment, have been subtly reshaped into tools that dull perception and anesthetize the spirit. It does not tell you what to think. It dares you to question why you've never been allowed to think past certain fences. And in that question, the prison begins to crack. Woven through these revelations is the deep current of individual agency. You are not just a passive audience member. You are the protagonist of this unraveling story. This message is not a broadcast, it's a mirror. Every truth it presents is only activated when seen, digested, and chosen by you. That is its power and its danger. Because once you know, you must act. To return to sleep is to betray something sacred. In this way, the message is not merely a warning, but a sword laid at your feet. Whether you lift it or walk away determines whether this was a moment of entertainment or initiation. Finally, underpinning everything is the theme of awakening as responsibility. To awaken is not to escape, but to engage. Not to flee the world, but to see it rightly. To become a bearer of clarity in a world addicted to shadows. The message reminds us that awakening is not a personal trophy, but a global responsibility. Because once one candle is lit, it must light others. The flame of truth cannot remain hidden under the bushel of comfort. And in this, you see the blueprint of a true spiritual revolution, one that begins not with the masses, but with the moment you decide to see. And so these themes, remembrance, urgency, illusion, agency, and responsibility, interlace to form a living narrative. They're not meant to be studied like facts, but felt like earthquakes. They don't merely inform, they transform. They call you to rebuild your mental architecture from the ground up. And if you truly absorb them, they will not just change how you think, they will change who you are.